Good morning. Thank you, Kari. Awesome. Thank you for coming today. We are very excited at Wangard to host this event today. This has truly been a journey that started many, many years ago with Stu having kind of a vision for what this property could be and taking time to kind of aggregate it to be able to put the different pieces together. We cannot be more pleased with how beautiful the product has turned out. The extreme interest by renters in the region to rent property here, and also the community support that we've had to get to this point today has been phenomenal. Before we kind of get into our main speakers, I want to take a moment to thank people that have been instrumental in this project from the very beginning. And I think the first shout out goes to Joe Dentise, Ellen Dentisi, and Roseanne, and Joe Jr. I don't think is here. I didn't see him. But thank you. If you want to just stand up so we can recognize you. Those are valuable investor partners that made this whole project possible. And you can't have a project without a financial institution behind you, right? Got to have a strong lenders who are willing to work with you every step of the way. And we've had great partners with Associated Bank, not only helping finance this project, but many projects that Wangard does. Nick and Brad, we really appreciate everything you do for us and your willingness to work with us and solve problems. It's a tremendous partnership. And also, the branch down the street was very accommodating during all the construction. Lori was fantastic reaching out to us. So if the team from Associated Bank could stand up and be recognized as well, that'd be fantastic. And a shout out to our engineering team. So this project had a lot of engineering issues, didn't it, Paul and Aaron? So a lot. But they worked with us, every step of the way, problem solved, great teammates to make this happen. So thank you, Ari Smith and Paul and Aaron. You want to stand up, be recognized? And I may have missed Kaylor Slater as well. I don't know if I saw anybody there from Kaylor Slater. The architects, there they are back there. Thank you for coming, Mike. Great architect to be involved in the project. So you want to just stand and be recognized? Thank you. Greenfire and the Potawatomi Business Council. We can't say enough about their continued partnership with our team as well. This is the second multifamily project that we worked together to have constructed. It's always a great experience to work closely with them and to see, the fruits of the hard work working together. So if the Potawatomi Business Council and Greenfire could please stand and be recognized as well. Of course, the Wangard team. The Wangard team is an incredible team. I've had the great pleasure of working with the last 3 years. Very talented, dedicated folks that are always looking to bring the best product, the best customer service to everything that we do. So quick, round of applause for all the Wangard team that's here today. With good customer service, they're standing towards the back, most of them, so people can be seated. So, I think we also have to thank Stu and Kari as well for their continued support to the company and helping and encouraging us forward and everything that they do, their vision, their caring for our teammates. There's just nice things that they do for all of us. When somebody has COVID, they drop stuff off to help people out. That's the type of people that they are. Couldn't be prouder to work with such fine individuals. So thank you, Stu and Kari, as well. All right, so we also have some other folks to thank. Waukesha County, Dale. So thank you and the county exec and everything the county has done to problem solve on issues, not directly on site, but a little bit off site. So we appreciate everything that you do to make this happen. So please stand, Dale. And And the county executive would have been here today, but he had a conflict. So, and then last but not least, it really is the city of Oconomowoc, their staff, their mayor, their elected leaders. I cannot tell you how many meetings we've been in, how many times we worked together to solve issues as we've gone forward from, right here is where the resort used to be, what we're sitting on today, and, tackling that, getting that demolished was huge with all the issues that arose, and then just ongoing little things. But I'm very proud to say, because we work so well together, we have had minimal, I think we've had one complaint related to tree cutting, and that's really been about it that we've had through this whole project, because we're communicating back and forth, we're identifying issues before they come up, and then we're making sure everybody's aware. And our tenants that are over in the Goodwill building and all that, they've had to deal with a lot, right? There's been a lot of disruption that's been occurring, and we communicate, have a game plan, execute the game plan, and everything has been going very, very well. So the city staff today, there's going to be several of them that were going to be here, and I got several texts, and the mayor also told me they got a staff meeting today that they really needed to be at, so they can't be here today. So Mayor, if you can pass along the appreciation to the city staff and the rest of the council for their partnership in this, it'd be greatly appreciated. So thank you. All right, let's give them all a round of applause. We'll give everybody else. And then last, I want to recognize Representative Dietrich for joining us today. Where are you? There you are, stand, Representative Dietrich. We love it when our elected officials come and see what the work product we produce and how we're serving the housing needs of Southeast Wisconsin. And we look forward to working with you continually in the legislature to pass good laws and to keep our economy going and to keep our people housed. So appreciate everything that you do. All right, with that being said, because I don't think Councilman Ellis or Spiegelberger showed, I don't see them here. So I am going to invite to the podium the great mayor of the city of Oconomowoc, Bob Magnus.
Great. I don't know about that. Well, thank you. Welcome, everybody. First of all, just a big hats off to everyone that's here. The extended group from Wangard to make this vision a reality. I'll be short. This was something that we started about 2 years ago. It was the number one priority of our administration to try to take a very blighted area, an area that actually had a lot of contingent liabilities, had a lot of risks, had a lot of unknowns under the ground, and was really a challenge to put together. And to do that, as Matt had mentioned, you need people to work together. Our staff really wanted to be here. We have a challenging and a very busy council meeting tonight, and they really need to focus on that. And they do send their special thanks to Stu, Matt, and your whole team. When I said I'll be short, it's really kind of dovetails a little bit off of what Matt says, is to try to get this to come together in a short period of time with a unanimous council approval, which I'm learning is really more and more difficult. There's a word in the dictionary that I've learned as a newer mayor. I've only been in office a couple of years. There's a word called compromise that is used a lot in politics, and I absolutely hate the word. Because compromise, if you really look at the definition and you're thinking of working with people, it means that everybody kind of loses. And this group epitomizes what we want to do as a city of Oconomowoc. We want to collaborate. And that's truly what was done. The engagement of Wangard with our aldermen, with our staff, to problem solve, thank you for doing that. I mean, that was, if we could have every developer, every group that wants to do something special, have that same mantra, have that same approach, this would be so easy. I got no phone calls, thank you. I still get them for potholes, but you know, it is nice to work with this team. And this is just the beginning, folks. It's amazing what they've done so far. They've exceeded our expectations from a city, But there's a lot more going on, and we're really looking forward to expanding that and doing more, because Matt and his team and Stu, you do it the right way. And I've now experienced good ways and bad ways, and we're now going to have a very high standard in the city of Oconomowoc and follow the Wangard way. So thank you very much. Congratulations. And I know that this would not have been able to be possible with really all of the people here and many of the elected officials, as well as our city staff. So congratulations and thank you.
And thank you, Mayor, for everything. It's been a pleasure to work with you and the staff. And I think, as the mayor noted, there's a lot of exciting things happening out here. Not today is just kind of one of the first things. We also, were pleased earlier this year to announce Sendex, right, in the old Kmart building. So if you drive by there, you see the whole front of the buildings coming down. And really, it was important to the mayor to bring high-quality tenants to the region. And I think Sendex was a great first start. So we want to thank Sendex as well for coming to the area. So with that being said, words of wisdom coming from Stu about the Wangard way, it sounds like, Mayor. So let's invite Stu up to the podium and learn a little bit about the Wangard way.
Thank you, Matt. The Wangard way is something that every person within our company is making sure happens every day. So look to them. This is a community that I love. I've been out here. My wife and I have been out here for 35 years now. 24 years just to the east of us, and then rest of the time just to the south. What's so special about Oconomowoc? If somebody lives out here, you see it, you feel it. You see the vibrancy downtown. What attracted me was the lakes. And so I've fished and sailed and water skied on Oconomowoc Lake, on Lake LaBelle, Fowler Lake, Nemabins, Neshotas, Silver Lake, and I'm sure probably a few more that I haven't mentioned. And you notice that there's a lot of Native American names associated with those lakes. This is an area that embraces nature. So why did we get involved in this? This is something that we bought the first property in 1992. And when we looked at the Olympia area, we looked not at what it was, but what it could be. Very important. We saw that this was kind of a bridge between a rural area and downtown. Now it's the bridge between Pabst Farms and downtown. Locklyn and the Sendex were both key parts of kicking off this project. Sendex brings a very unique business that draws from a large area, high degree of service. And that's also one of the things you'll find in the Wangard way. Very, very interested in service. The type of things that our teammates do for our residents would surprise you. A good example is there's one of our maintenance technicians called up one of our residents and said, "It's about to rain, and I noticed your window was open. Would you like me to go into your apartment and close the window?" So he did that for her, rather than having her come home to a wet carpet. So what you see here today, this is the start. Sendex is a start. The best is yet to come. You'll see a lot of very nice developments come forward, and it's going to be an area that's not just for our renters, our residents, but it's also for the greater community. So it ties in bike paths, walking paths. The area around they call it Lock Lake. The area around Lock Lake is actually open to the public. So it's a walking path. And how does the Locklyn name come around? Locklyn means land of lakes. Our teammates were the ones who came up with the name, and it really epitomizes what brings us all together. Now, this would not have happened without a partnership with Oconomowoc. So you heard it from the mayor. True cooperation. Everybody working together to make it happen. And yes, there's plenty of times where somebody said, this is exactly what I want you to do, and we say, okay, we're working in an environment right now where we're trying to bring together a very talented workforce. We're dealing with supply chain issues, and yes, collaboration is required rather than saying this is exactly how it's going to be. Trust us, because we will do it the right way. Contributions of team members at Wangard, thank you again. For both the city and the Wangard team members, please, another round of applause. Mayor Magnus, Council President Rozek, who isn't here today, council members and staff, very hearty thanks from me, that's sincere. I'd like to just move to the next stage and let's do the ribbon cutting. Thank you all.
All right. So not as fun as when we demolished the resort, right? So for those that were here, that was a really good time. And a couple of council members said that was the best day on being on the city council. So we don't have a big excavator knocking walls down today, but we do want to celebrate. This is an important milestone that we have achieved as a team. And so we'd like to, invite, Stu, the mayor, the Dentices, up in front of the clubhouse here for the formal ribbon cutting. So please come forward. Kari, that's you too.
Where do we look in this one? 1, 2, 3? Oh! There we go.